Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? Welcome to another masterclass. And tonight, Leslie and I are joined by legendary ZBrush artist, Dopepope. Mr. Pope, what is going on, man? How you doing?
Going on? I'm great. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Although the weather here in New York has been kind of insane. We've had some 90-degree days, and now it's back to 60. I don't know what's going on over here.
I'm wearing a sweatshirt because I'm cold, but
I know.
I was in Las Vegas at a license expo, but while I was there, I was watching the news and I saw that New York City got flooded out during one of their 90-degree days.
Yeah.
A sudden thunderstorm, and I was like, oh, I leave for one day, and all this happens.
Yeah, the weather here is crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Leslie, how about you, man? How's your weekend going?
It's going fine. I've been working like crazy because again, the wife and I are gonna be hitting the road next week to see you guys in KAIJU Brooklyn, our very first KAIJU Brooklyn.
Very cool.
So but the weather has been kind of funky here too. Like it was like 90 degrees like a couple of days ago, leading to yesterday, and now today it's windy and cold, but it is what it is. It's just, I guess it's that little remnants of winter to say, you know what, let me give you a little something before the hotness and the discomfort and all that crap from the summer comes through. But either way, definitely looking forward to this chat because I never really met Dopepope, at all. I know of his work, obviously, like fantastic artist. He chimed into our chat several weeks ago with the Greg Better. So this is my first time interacting with, in my opinion, one of the best artists that's ever graced our fandom, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm happy to be here.
That's really nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah, I remember when I did an interview with Groman, he was praising you. Man, he was like, he's national treasure. I was like, damn, that's some high praise.
And coming from him, that's like, he's one of my favorite artists. That's just still blows my mind to this day that he thinks so many good. So that's cool.
Well, you did the Mega Mixosaurus for him, right? The digital sculpt.
Right, I did. Yeah, I did that one. The Colossal Planet of the Colossal Freaks or something like that. I forget the name, but that one was the first one we did together. Then I did the Mega Mixosaurus, and then we did the Pluto design. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No,
it's Pluto from Astro Boy. His take on it.
Okay.
I forget who made that toy, but yeah, I think that came out really nice too. Anything he does just looks amazing if he's designing it.
Oh yeah, but enough about him. Let's talk about you. Leslie usually likes to ask a very specific question to start off. So Leslie, take it away.
Absolutely. Because again, it all starts with the movies, obviously. We wouldn't do what we do if it weren't for these monster kaiju movies. So basically, what was the first movie that made you a fan and made you want to do what you're doing today? And what is your favorite, if they're one and the same?
Ooh, I don't know how to answer either one of these questions. My favorites fluctuate. Like I don't know if I have a favorite. They fluctuate over time. Like I'll get a little bored of one over time, and then I'll suddenly just fall in love with a different one, and that just keeps changing. I remember seeing Godzilla versus Megalon a lot on television when I was a child.
Yes.
And like, you love that movie. You love that movie until it's played one too many times, and then you get bored and there's other kaiju out there that you want to see, so you start to like get annoyed with Godzilla versus Megalon because you want to see, like, I remember they almost never showed Godzilla versus Gigan, like, and when that finally came on TV, that was, oh my god, this is my new favorite. And I did like the Smog Monster when I was a kid. I love when that came on, but then after a while they would show that too many times, so it's just a repeating thing that happens. I just love them so much, and I love all of the kaiju equally, that I don't know how to answer it. And I don't remember my first movie that I saw. I just remember always watching them. So
it sounds like you're a 70s guy.
Yeah,
it sounds like you're a 70s guy.
Okay, I'm old. I'm old, so yeah.
Hey,
when I was a kid, They showed 3 Godzilla movies every Friday after Thanksgiving. 3 Godzilla movies back to back, and one of them was always Godzilla versus the Cosmic Monster. I think one was
Yeah.
always Godzilla versus the Smog Monster, and one was always
Hmm.
Godzilla versus Megalon.
Hmm.
So those I
You know
do
what?
remember watching those really young, and the
It's
Gamera
funny because
movies too.
it's funny because I make no bones about the fact that the '70s era, that's my favorite era of Godzilla films. Like I know the '60s get the most praise, and rightfully so. The '70s were made on a, let's face it, a shoestring, a wing and a prayer, ladies and gentlemen. But
Yeah.
those films, despite their imperfections and limited resources, is my favorite era of films. Like I could pop any one of those films in and watch it any day, and they never get old, and they're always fun. So it's nice to hear that you are picking the '70s style of films. No, it does the Godzilla fan in my heart real good. So we're already on good terms, my friend. So hey, just keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah, I don't think there's not many that I don't like. I know the tone of the films in the '70s was very different than the earlier ones. They got very wacky, which is
Yeah,
fine. I mean, like that's okay. And
Yeah.
you can't everything can't be dark and gritty for too long before everyone
absolutely.
just gets bored of it. So yeah, so the wacky ones are pretty fun, and this is why I think I like the Gamera movies too. Those were pretty damn wacky. But
Oh yeah, nothing
when
gets
those were on, I would like be exhilarated because they weren't Godzilla. If
Gamera
Godzilla
doing
was on too often, and then this was something new, and I couldn't believe it. So yeah, Gamera movies would be very exciting for me.
yeah, Gamera is always wacky, man, doing pull-ups and on the pull-up
Yeah,
bar and all this wacky stuff is fantastic.
Hmm.
Um
Gamera
so
love me.
you have been doing, I mean, man, we can go across the board here. So you have done stuff with X Plus, which I believe, Leslie, you wanted to show off some the X Plus stuff.
Yeah. So which figure you going to fire up first? It really doesn't matter which one you do.
Um, honestly, I don't have it ready. So just pick one and
Okay.
I'll get it on the screen as soon as you can.
Let's do Orga first. Let's do Orga.
You got pics?
He's
Because
got bit. Yeah,
I got it
I'm gonna.
right in front of me.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Perfect.
there we
Even
go. There
better.
we go.
Even better.
Absolutely. Um, this figure came out, like I said, during our prep. It came out, I want to say, over the summer in 2019. And
Yeah, I heard
again,
that.
that was the first organ that S Plus has ever done. And then when I found out that you were behind the sculpt, that's really the first time I
Yeah,
ever heard about you, Dopepope, as an artist. And ever since then, I've been just Googling you and trying to find more about your work. I've been impressed ever since. But let me just say,
thanks.
my friend, you killed this Orga. Like you did a phenomenal job with this Orga. Um, Picking your brain, like what did you draw from to bring this figure to life, and what did you do to put into the sculpt and all that good stuff?
Lots and lots of reference. Because you're sculpting for X Plus, you immediately know that X Plus is top tier. Like they only deliver quality, and it's all about the detail. It's all about the like meticulous attention to detail. So I knew I had to get close-ups of every nook and cranny of this guy, and it was difficult. I couldn't find that much online, because when you're sculpting, you have to sculpt all sides from every
Yeah.
angle, and there's not very many pictures of what it looks like on its back or under its foot, or like in the areas that even though you don't see them on camera, they still have to exist on the figure. So um more so, this was way more challenging with the iris than it was with Orga. For some reason, there was, you there's other figures out there that you could look at just to get a basic idea of what's going on in that area. And then there's lots
Hmm.
of movie reference, anything from I could look at on the suit. So I like watched the movie and paid close attention to what was going on. But most of the time, you can't have the movie on while you're sculpting and like actually watch it just to
Really?
get details. So you have to have reference images. So I got a lot of images of the suit and a lot of close-ups of the face, and that's basically. I think I did reach out to them, and they probably sent more images for me. This is going back a way, so I don't remember the process, but
Yeah, this
And then
sculpt
I would
was
sculpt
just
it. Yeah, I would sculpt
so
and then send it, and they would give back notes, and then I would just address the notes, and this went back and forth for a while until they it was all done.
yeah.
And you know what? Like I said, this is the 25 centimeter version. And um, did they ever approach you about doing maybe a 30 centimeter? Because we haven't got a 30 centimeter Orga from S Plus. Like there's been some in model kits. Galloping
Mm,
Ghost did one, and Monsterverse 28 did one. I think last year or year before. But I was always waiting for S Plus to do one, or at least to do something different, like this Devil Real, the big mouth
right.
Orga. Like I would have loved to see you do this like in 30
Oh,
centimeter
me,
scale,
I
but
would love to have sculpted that for them as well. But
but
no,
but but
I never heard from them again after this one. Because I did Iris and then I did
really.
this guy and then yeah, and then I didn't work with them again after that.
Did you
oh wow.
Um,
also sculpt the Rick extra, the blue alien?
no, that I didn't do,
Oh,
which is cute
really?
though. I thought that was cute. Yeah.
Wonder.
Oh wow.
So they didn't even ask you? Did they just throw that in and you
Uh,
didn't even know about it?
they may have. I don't. Yeah, they may have.
That's
In
amazing.
fact, when it came in the mail, the Orga, it was in the box with the sculpt. I was like, oh, look, it's like a free little a little toy with a toy. So yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting.
That's
I
amazing.
mean, it's also 2019 when I was working on it, 2018 when I was working on it. So I honestly don't remember, but I do know that this thing is in the Toho Museum in Japan, and it's
Oh
That's
really?
yeah. So that makes me super happy that I have a piece of artwork in the Toho Museum in Japan. That makes
Absolutely. That's
yeah, dude.
awesome.
great.
That's
It And because you know what? Because honestly, before I got this figure, full disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen, I was never really a big fan of Orga, and probably still not to a certain extent. I mean, I enjoy certain figures of him, obviously, but he's never been one of like my top tier monsters. But again, when I saw this and I saw your sculpt and render of this and the paint job and all that good stuff, I it was a no-brainer for me. I had to have this, and again, that's why I got the Devil Real Orga. But
Really
but again,
nice.
actually, your sculpt of this again made me kind of come around on Orga just a little bit, and because I'm old, I'm stuck in my ways. I've been a Godzilla fan since I was 4, and I'm going on 50, ladies and gentlemen. So I've been around the block a few times. But whenever a new sculpt can change my mind about something, just really says a lot, and that's why I really
Wow.
became like this figure right here made me a fan of Dopepope. Like this made me a fan of you. So
Thank you.
um,
That's very
you did a
cool.
great job with this. Great job. And again, S Plus is they should contact you for a 30 centimeter. And like I said, I'm advocating they should do the big mouth one. Like you doing a big mouth one, like yeah,
Yeah.
sign me up for that.
yeah.
Yeah, me. I would love to do that. Um,
And
I'm
your
seeing
iris
pictures of
too, man.
Iris there.
Yeah, your
Now
iris
that
too
this is probably
was.
one of the hardest sculpts I ever did,
Yeah,
hands
walk us
down.
through it,
This thing
because
was
I can only imagine with the tentacles, just trying to make sure it can stand and all that kind of jazz.
the hardest thing on the Iris was the back of it. I you never really see images of something from the back, so it's really hard. Very complex back of this creature. There's a lot going on there.
Oh,
Hmm.
let me get your full
It's like
screen.
all these spikes sticking out, and you
Oh
never
yeah.
really get a long shot of it or a like a in depth shot of it, and you don't. I didn't know where anything was connecting into, so that was very challenging trying to figure out where everything went. Like you get also this I didn't know like I had no idea just how complicated a kaiju design that Iris is until you start going in there and having to sculpt every nick and cranny of it because you just take it for granted. You're like, oh, that's pretty cool, but you don't realize just how much detail is is in Iris. It's overloaded with crazy stuff, beautifully designed. I had like when I was done with it, I just was like fallen in a newfound love for this design and how much
Were
they
were
thought
you
about
given
things.
more? I'm sorry. Were you given more like reference material for this one, or same thing? Just kind of
It was
going by the
basically like yeah,
movies.
I was given some reference material, which is
Okay.
very helpful. but it's also I tried to do my own. I'd probably even, like I said, because I had no idea where anything was supposed to go and connect to deep within the like behind the things you can't see. There's
Yeah.
still connection points and or anatomy that has to be addressed, and so that was difficult. There was a lot of back and forth about that. Um, but eventually we got there, and like I do feel like I was quite proud of what I did when it was
Oh
finished. It was
yeah.
probably at that point, and maybe in some ways still is one of the most complicated sculpts I've ever done. And hands down, like it was a tremendous challenge for me to have done this. And it was my first before I did Orga. It was my first sculpt for X Plus, and I wanted to
Oh
deliver.
wow, really?
Oh,
I
so
wanted
this
to
was the
kill.
first
like,
one.
yeah, but they came at me with one of the most complicated kaiju designs I've ever seen. I think I did my best, and I think I handed them something that I can be proud of. But then
Oh,
when they handed me
absolutely.
Orga after that, it was like, oh, Orga was like 10 times easier than
You're like, oh, this
than
is
Iris.
nothing. I got
Yeah,
this.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Yeah,
yeah,
going from Iris to Orga is like you going downstairs at that point. Like
yeah.
it's all a smooth ride. But again, Iris is such like you said, it is such a complicated sculpt that Monster is like. I would even argue that it's even more complicated than Legion. You know what I'm saying? And Legion's
Oh,
awesome. You know, but
Legion's pretty up there. It's complicated
Yeah, I was
too.
gonna
yeah.
say, could it be more complicated than Legion? Is that
I sculpted Legion for fun. It's not an official capacity, but I sculpted it for fun, and it got it, and it looked great. But it wasn't like production ready or anything like that.
and
This had to
then
be production ready too. So that was part of the challenge, was making it be functional as a toy when I hand it off the file. Because when I'm sculpting for fun, I don't think about that stuff. It's
yeah,
just got
yeah.
to look good in an image, and that's it. I'm done. And it could look like, if you turn it to the side, you see all the mistakes or whatnot, because I don't care. But if I'm sculpting it for a toy, you got to care, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah, but
then
you did a great job on Iris. And again, I rarely touch that figure because it's delicate, number one, and number two, like the tentacles. You know, I love it, especially taking pictures of that thing. It's really really cool. It's kind of like give me Biolante vibes. But whenever I do, like when I was
Yeah, totally.
doing these pictures to have AJ throw up on this show, right? I was reminded, like, you know what, this figure is really 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 awesome, and there's still some out there like for a relatively good price, you know, and I highly recommend it. But again,
Oh,
you did a phenomenal
I
job.
never got it.
You really
When
did.
I did it, they never sent me one. So I didn't own the Iris for years, and I just recently
what?
I got it this year. That's why I was so excited to bring it over and show it on the screen, because this is like, it's still like a brand new toy to me, because I just got it a few months ago.
That's
I've
crazy.
never
Yeah.
Yeah.
seen it. But the Orga I got, they sent it to me after I sculpted it. So I've been the owner of the Orga
So
for a while.
so that did they forget about to
I
send
don't
you the
know. I
Iris?
have no idea. It's not like it's not like I did ask a couple of times. I don't know what happened with it, and I just didn't want to keep bugging them about it. So it happens. It's just like, everybody's got a lot of things going
Yeah.
on.
But then, shifting over from X Plus, also doing stuff for this is, oh
Ti-
my god,
Titanic Creations.
Titanic Creations, yes.
Yeah. So
And this was
I
a
work
30
with them
centimeter
often.
Gorgo. Yes,
Yeah.
Titanic
Yes.
Creations and Seismic. I was gonna say Seismic, and I'm like, wait, that's not right.
I sculpt with them also. I did the last dinosaur with them, and the Shin
Yes.
Gomez.
That's right. That's right. You
Yeah.
did. You did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Um.
And
Dad and I
those guys
picked
are
up
great.
the Shin Gomez at the last, actually at KAIJU Brooklyn, the glow in the dark one.
Awesome. Yeah, it's great, man. You see how bright it glows?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
an awesome
stunning.
piece.
Yeah.
So
But this is again from Titanic Creations. This is the 30 centimeter one. They did do a
Yeah.
6 inch one, but me, the style of collector
Right.
that I am, I prefer my stuff to be on the bigger scale. That's why, again, when I saw this and I found out you were behind the sculpt, I'm like, okay, I'm getting it. Like I was sold on that, and
Great.
you know what? This is my first and only Gorgo piece I have in my collection. And I love me some Gorgo. I love Gorgo. I love the movie. I love the monster. I love the concept. I love everything about that movie, and I've always wanted a solid representation of the monster in that movie. Thanks to
Right.
you, I finally have one. But I wanted to ask you this before we go into the specs of the figure, because I don't know if it's really specified in the film or not, but is the bigger one, is it the mom or is it a female or is it male? Like I
As far as I know, it's the mother, and
okay,
it's a female, but the Gorgo could be male as the child, but
right, yeah,
but you're right. They never really specify. I'm not sure if it's. I mean, they don't zoom the camera in and show you genitalia or anything like that. But I mean,
all right,
it could be the dad.
okay.
I don't know. But yeah, as the
I see where you're going.
That'd be an incredible
Yeah,
shot. You'd be
know.
like, whoa. Well, now we know.
Yeah, that would make an interesting scene.
Well,
But yeah,
I'm sure if that was the case,
that's the mom.
okay, I'm sure if that was the case and that was the dad, he'd be called Gorgo, not Gorgo. But again, what did you do to bring this to figure to life? The same thing that you did with the Iris, just watch the movie, or like I know you did a render of this. So what did you do? Just watch the movie over and over again and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I definitely. It's funny. I did watch the movie. There's lots of there's really not that much reference out there of other than the movie either. So there's not that much. There's a handful of behind the scenes images which gave good detail, surface detail, but there's also they made one suit that was used for the child and for the parent. So the parent and the child look identical because it was the same suit. They just shot it differently for different scenes. And then at the end of the movie, you finally see them together, and it's they basically just used the same suit and shrunk it down. So that basically just looking at that. But I was watching the movie, and I at one point in the stage, I missed the dew claw on the back of the foot, and just didn't realize it was there. And then we showed it to some people online, our first render, and somebody just called it out. It was like, "Hey, you're missing the that. See how you see the
in the back of the
That's wrong. That's not how it was in the movie." And someone at the last minute, right before we were going into production, they was like, "No, look, it's always like this according to the movie."
Yeah,
and
he doesn't have that.
Made the change. I was like, "Wow, I can't believe I missed that," because I was watching the movie, taking screen grabs of it, specifically trying to find those exact details, and that one skipped by. So I'm glad that person caught that and saved the figure in terms of accuracy.
Sometimes the internet trolls are actually great. Sometimes people are actually looking out for you instead of just trying to bash you into oblivion.
Right. I was happy for that, because last thing I would do is make the figure, and then now it's out there and it's wrong. So
yeah, exactly. It's this isn't accurate.
That was
how dare you?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And here we are touting it's the most accurate Gorgo, and it's not. So we figured that.
Then we got this bad boy.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
So this is one of my favorite movie monsters of all time.
Yeah?
I do have a soft spot for Yungari. I don't know, something about it that I just always loved it when I was a kid. And he doesn't fight any monsters. He doesn't even survive at the end. He's so generic looking too, but I love him. I just love him. I don't know. So it was a dream of mine to have the really big toy of this guy out. He's finally got a
question in the chat. Pope, are you doing Gorgo 2.0 yet? Mac talked about it.
Yeah, to be honest, we want to do it. I don't know if it's coming anytime soon, but it's definitely something we want to do.
What about the Space Godzilla Gorgo?
That was a joke.
I know.
That was just a joke.
It was awesome though.
But you never know. You never know. I think we would have to clear that with Toho, which is they would never be okay with. But it might slip out by accident.
Yeah, might just
is a one-off joke.
Yeah. So how did you, going back to, how did you get started with ZBrush? Like, when did you come about it? Because, a lot of people, I remember, if we just go back maybe five years ago, I feel like digital artists were kind of, I don't want to say looked down upon, but they weren't treated the same as, people making stuff with clay and all that stuff. But I feel like the tables have now really turned as now people see how, again, something, like the Gorgo thing that you just mentioned, in a physical sculpture, that is a really hard thing to now address, especially if that was already shipped out and molds were made. Whereas a digital sculpt, you're like, oh, okay, boom, I fixed it, and it's done, and there's not thousands of dollars spent, and because in some cases they would have just been like, no, screw it, it's already made, the mold's already made, so we got to release it this way. So how did you start out wanting to go the digital route, and then just your journey through it now? Because in my opinion, you are one of the premium digital sculptors out there, especially here in the States.
I think at the time it was like around 2009. That's when I started seeing lots of images of really interesting, tight, clean, 3D looking stuff that I hadn't been seeing before. And I was like, where's this new artwork coming from? It didn't look hand drawn, but it also didn't look like it was too hard of computer. Like, it wasn't like pixelated. It was so clean and nice, and it looked like something I wanted to know. I wanted to know more about it. I was falling in love with it and didn't know what it was. And then when I found out about it, it was digital, organic digital sculpture. And a lot of it was going right back to ZBrush. And ZBrush was a baby in 2009. And so it didn't have a lot of the features that it does now, clearly. So, but when I tried to dabble with it in 2009, I couldn't get the grasp of it. I couldn't fall in love with it. Everything was a chore to get done. It did yield beautiful results. I mean, people were killing it back in 2009 doing artwork, but that they just, I don't know, they had something that I didn't have at the time. So I kind of like put it on hiatus from 2009 until 2013. I jumped back in, and they just happened to have an addition to the application called Dynamesh, and it made the sculpting process like 10 times easier than it was back in 2009. At least for me, it's a long, boring thing about the topology of the clay and how it behaves. But I mean, I don't want to bore you with all the details of it, but
please do.
It did
please
super
do.
change. It's super like it. You used to have to do all these math in your head to figure out if you're gonna have the surface be able to handle the amount of detail you wanted. And every time you wanted to add more detail, you had to add a division, and that division would add extra polygons, which made your file size bigger. And the more you did that, it would exponentially get heavier and heavier and laggier and laggier. And then at a certain point, you wouldn't be able to do anything anymore. You're just stuck where you were. And this is, unless you figured it out in your head ahead of time, it made for a casual sketch session, very laborious and not fun. But 2013, they added this feature where it's like they eradicated all that, and now you can just go and sculpt all day, as much detail as you want, and you just keep dynameshing it, and you just keep getting more and more pixels and polygons, and pixels have nothing to do with it. But I figured if you're not into 3D, you kind of understand what I'm saying. But it just kind of took all the labor out of it and made it just fun. And I fell in love with it. I couldn't stop sculpting, and of course, what am I going to sculpt next? What do I love? Kaiju. So I'm like, I did this kaiju today. I'm going to do this kaiju tomorrow. I'm going to do this kaiju the next day, and I just ran with it. I became addicted to it. I was sitting there sculpting a monster a day, and I just had all this work piling up with, and all this motivation to keep doing new stuff. So that was back in 2013, and no one was really doing that much kaiju stuff with ZBrush. Not like Japanese giant kaiju stuff. They were doing other monsters. There was this like new concept art monsters would be really good in ZBrush, and that stuff was out there motivating me. But I was like, I want to see what my version of Godzilla is going to look like. I want to see what my version of Gamera is going to look like. And ZBrush gave me the ability to do that way more than illustrating it did.
I remember when Dad and I, first met you at 5 Points way back in the day. This is actually one of the prints that we bought, was this, because I was just like, this is one of the coolest things.
Oh, yeah.
And this is, it's basically Shin mixed with Legendary.
Yeah.
You know, and I freaking love it. I absolutely love it. And this
Thank
is
you.
some of the cool stuff that you always have at your booth, because not only do you do, true to scale and realistic as possible, but then you also throw in these like redesigns that you come up with, and
Right.
I love them, like this one, and then this is one of my favorites. Like, let's
Nice.
go. You like, if Zilla was supposed to join the Monsterverse, like this is what he could potentially look like. Like, oh my
Right.
god, like, it's so awesome.
Thank you.
And to segue into the Monsterverse a little bit, walk us through, because I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you created Tiamat for Legendary. So if you can you walk us through that process, how that came to be? And because Tiamat is awesome, and you can clearly see the Manda love poured into it, inspiration.
So that was also going back to 2019. I was working at Monsterpalooza, just like I would be at 5 Points, selling my wares and my 2D artwork, and just trying to make it out there as an artist. And like I said, the Monsterpalooza shows they're being in California, you never know who's going to show up to your table, because all of the industry people are out there and they're walking around at these shows, and they're having fun, and they just step up to your table. And it was Michael Dougherty, the director of Godzilla King of the Monsters, came up and was looking through my work. He really liked that Godzilla image that you just had up. And
what, the Shin one or the
one mixed with Shin? Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, so he fell in love with it too.
That's the one that caught his eye, and he came over to look at. I guess if you're directing Godzilla movies and you see that on someone's table, you're gonna go take a look at it. Yeah. He's like, this is really nice. It's like one of the nicest Godzillas I've ever seen. And it's like, before I knew who he was, I didn't know who he was, standing in front of me.
That's
I was
amazing.
just talking to him as if he was anybody, as a regular customer. I'm like, and so that's why I love these shows. You just never know who you're gonna be talking to.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
So he's looking through my work, and then, but like, we got through, I don't know, I'd say about a 10-minute conversation before he told me who he was,
revealed who he was.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm so happy that I wasn't like in a bad mood or just ignored him. So I was nice and talked to him, and then, but when he did eventually tell me who he was, I was blown away. And I was like, look, hire me, if you ever need a concept artist, I'm your man. And he literally took that to heart, and he called me later that day.
That's amazing.
And he wanted me to work on some stuff, and that's how that happened. I mean, I did put myself in that position to enjoy an encounter like that. So it's not all 100% luck, but I mean, that's as lucky as you can get at that show,
Yeah. Well,
absolutely,
I'm pretty sure that's almost like the same exact thing that happened with Hector from Mondo. He had a Godzilla sculpture on his desk, and the same thing. Garrett Edwards, who was just happened to be at one of the conventions, I think it was either New York Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con, took a liking to it, and then boom.
That was a beautiful statue.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if your mind is in the Godzilla realm and you happen to see something like that, yeah, you're gonna walk over there, you're gonna start asking questions. So that's exactly what happened. But I mean, just like Hector, you got to put yourself in a position to be seen. And if you're not doing that, then what are you doing?
Yeah, no, exactly. So
the image you have up right there, that's a very early image of Tiamat before like I knew what was going on with the details. I just wanted a mood piece. So that's why there's absolutely no detail in the body. It's just kind of like just giving you a mood.
So did they give you direction? Like, was it basically like, hey, I want a Manda-esque kaiju, or I want a sea serpent? Or did they kind of just give you...
At first they said, do whatever you want. And, do whatever you want. They did give me guidelines, vagaries, but they said, just do what you want, and then we'll go from there. So I did, the first time I handed in anything, I handed in like 3 designs for each Titan that I was working on. So there was three Titans. There was 3 designs for Tiamat. and this is the one that they chose to move forward with work it out. The other ones they weren't even sea serpents. They were strange iterations that they were not going with.
They weren't with him. They were
right. They were the rejected ones. But this is the sea serpent one that they liked, and then from there I just kept.
I love the Dilophosaurus features kind of here.
Yeah,
gives me that Jurassic Park vibes. And then then we pretty much get the final version here is what we all saw in the movie, and it's.
They didn't change too much.
Yeah, I'm so glad it made it, and I love the Manda. Like, it's came out awesome, dude. It came out so cool.
I'm really pleased with the fan reaction to it, because I had so many people tell me that's their favorite new Titan, and I was never expecting them to really, because it gets killed immediately and it's like really quick scene.
Yeah, it does.
But of course I'm gonna love watching this scene, but I wasn't sure how people would respond to it, and everybody says it was a beautiful Titan. It's so cool, and I mean, the fact that I have it in the movie just blows my mind.
Yeah,
we wanted more, damn it. We wanted more.
Yeah, I definitely wanted more, but I'm happy.
What was that like, seeing that like on screen? Like, did you get a phone call like, hey,
no.
Okay, so like we haven't
no phone calls.
We're gonna feature this one in the movie. No, it was just thanks for the design.
We're
gonna throw in some comic books and stuff first.
I found out the way most people found out. It got leaked online, and they were showing the images of the stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, hey, and people were like, that's not real. And I knew it was real because it looked exactly like my work. So I said, oh man, that's how I found out he was in. I wasn't notified that Tiamat was going to be in the movie.
That's insane.
Yeah. So I found out the way everybody else found it.
He's also in one of the new video games too. I think the Kong game too. So they've been featuring Tiamat a lot. I hope there's just like kind of like spoiler alert for those that haven't watched Monarch. Possibly maybe there's more than one Tiamat, just like there's more than one Rodan.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it was.
I do think it's got a spin. It's got a offspring in one of the comics. So.
Oh,
which is interesting.
There we go. Yeah, because
I do believe it has more eel-like appearance. The offspring looks more like an eel, and one of my designs for Tiamat had an eel face, more like an eel face.
Oh, okay. So that's awesome.
I'm curious if they still looking at that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, I want to ask you a question about the Monsterverse in general, Joe. Because here we are, 12 years in, with this cinematic universe that we didn't know it was going to be a thing back in 2014.
Right.
We knew that Godzilla was coming, a new American Godzilla was coming, and we were all cautious considering how the '98 version played out for us back in the day. So we were optimistic but severely cautious, and here we are, 12 years later, and you got multiple movies, TV shows, comic books, just in a great cinematic masterpiece of a universe for us kaiju fans, or Godzilla fans, or Kong fans, or whatever. We're eating good right now, and especially with the response from Toho to the Monsterverse, it's been a great time. But since 2014, we started off dark and gritty, and we kind of got lighthearted with Skull Island and King of the Monsters. Then we went into 70s territory with the ex-Kong films, and now we see the Monsterverse kind of draw it back to the seriousness a little bit of 2014 with the Monarch show. So I just want to know, like, how do you like this evolution of the Monsterverse? Do you like it as serious, or do you like how it's more evolved into the wacky stuff, or what's your take on that?
I like it more serious. That's my personal preference. But it doesn't mean I liked Godzilla X Kong a lot, and it's a little bit wackier. And then this new one, the new Empire, the one that has Tiamat in it, that one was straight up a Saturday morning cartoon with like a $100 million budget. Like, and I didn't hate it, but I can totally tell that it's just spectacle, and it's getting out of like the seriousness of everything, because now you're just kicking back and going, just going along for the fun ride. and it absolutely was a fun ride. I enjoyed that movie thoroughly, both of them. I just watched Godzilla X Kong like a couple of days ago, and it was so much fun. I love when he's just jumping on the battleships, like making believe
Yeah.
physics works like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and
Yeah.
it's just a great scene where they're punching each other in the face on the battleship. Come on, it's iconic.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I love Godzilla
so
vs.
I'm
Kong.
feeling the Monsterverse. I do enjoy it. Maybe I'm a little biased because I did some work for it and I want to see it succeed. So, but I do like what they're doing. But I am kind of eager for them to get back to a little bit of a serious take on Godzilla to see where that can go. And I do feel like that's the next movie's going to have that.
Yeah, that is the rumor that this supernova is going to take it a little bit, you know, pull it back a little bit, which I agree. I loved Godzilla vs. Kong. That was like the level of Showa-ness that I would have liked. Like New Empire definitely like pumped it up, pumped it up. But at the same time, New Empire also had, I mean, unbelievable sequences with no humans at all. And they were, they held up that movie. So hopefully we can find a better balance. But more like Monarch, honestly, I love the tone of Monarch, especially season 2. Like if we can get back to that. So did you enjoy Monarch season 2?
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I thought it had a lot more monster scenes than the first one did. And the ones that they did have were cool. They were short, but there were interesting new creatures in there, which I thought were really fun. And the Titan X was a beautiful new design in addition. I loved every scene Titan X was in. I like that she fought both Godzilla and Kong and held her own. The scenes with her were great. But I think there's a lot of convoluted like family drama and stuff like that. I do think the show looks beautiful and it's acted well. So all of that is working for it. I do think it just gets a little bogged down in the family drama and the love stories and stuff, and you kind of like.
That's fair.
I think my ideal, like I do want to know more about Monarch. I want to, like, it doesn't seem as much about Monarch as it just seems about like these a couple of people.
Leslie and I talk about that. Yeah, Leslie and I talk about that all the time. Like, they keep name dropping Serizawa sometimes, but where is the dude? You know, like,
right.
How does Monarch work? Does like every division just have its own set of rules and like no one cares? Like, is there an actual director of Monarch? Because we saw one, she died, and somehow Serizawa wasn't called in to do anything. Like, that was so strange to me. It's like, is every outpost just do its own thing? Like, do they report to anybody?
It's all very ambiguous, and I feel like for a show called Monarch, how can Monarch remain as ambiguous as it seems? Like, get into a little bit of nitty gritty and give some backstory on Monarch and really get into that. I feel like a really interesting way of doing Monarch show would have been like the X-Files. Just have a couple of like Monarch workers interviewing people that had encounters with Titans, and then.
Well, yeah, I think that's
like
why
developing stories that way. It could be like a Titan of the Week kind of thing.
That would be
people on this island.
cool.
They saw this monster, and you never really quite see the monster, but then you just get testimonials from people. I think they could have started off with something that way and build up to a giant.
Maybe that's what the spin-off Monarch show is going to be, because I think most people love all the flashbacks. The flashback characters, especially in season 1, did a lot of the heavy lifting of that show. So maybe that would be great if the spinoff is like Monster of the Week, because I would love that. That'd be fantastic.
And they didn't have to be giant titans. They could have been like, you know, lower level or ground level creatures like the ones they introduced.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
That's what my biggest. I've said this so many times. My biggest like being upset with the Monsterverse is not making Skull Island like the legendary Monsterverse Monster Island. Yeah, I don't know why they were just like, oh, Ghidra's here, and by the way, Skull Island's gone. Like, what? What would you mean? Like, okay, sure, I guess. I don't know. I guess they really wanted to get into the Hollow Earth and all that stuff, but season 2 was great for having all the Skull Island references and all the extra monsters and how anything on the island can kill you. That's what's great about it.
Yeah, that's always fun. It's always a fun situation to be in as a spectator, anyway.
But I do have a an interesting question though, since you basically created the king or queen sea beast for the Monsterverse. Would Tiamat defeat Titan X? Who is the queen of the sea?
See, I like to say how powerful Tiamat was, but then and even right before she dies, they say she was one of the most powerful Titans, and then she dies within 7 seconds of that sentence being uttered. So I would like to think Tiamat would probably. I think she has the speed advantage, and she would be able to just wrap around anything in super lightning fast, and then just crush it. And
yeah,
the way I had seen it is like her scales are like razor sharp, so she would just like brush up against you and cut your arms and legs right off and stuff like that. That's how I was thinking about. Like she was like a laser in the ocean. So her speed alone would be like what?
Yeah, that scene was
would
kind of
make
funny.
her almost impossible to fight.
That scene was funny. Where like she's like one of the most powerful, and you're like, and it's Final Wars all over again. Godzilla's just running the gauntlet,
right?
no
right,
problems.
Right.
Did she
The
die
Titan
off
X is
screen
pretty
too?
badass. Was that?
No.
Didn't Tiamat die off screen or something, or like
No,
we
he
didn't
just-
see her?
atomic-
you see her
atomic breath in the
parts
face.
of the body start
Oh,
popping
okay.
in the
She
ocean.
just
Okay.
explodes,
Blew
basically.
up, yeah. But I
She-
mean, we don't know for sure if she's completely dead. It's science fiction. They could write one line of dialogue, and there should be every piece that got broken can grow into a new Tiamat for all we know. So now we'll have 20 of them. So who
Yes.
knows? But
You know what's funny
Yeah.
about that? They did all that to sacrifice Tiamat to make Godzilla look stronger, and at the very end, he wasn't the one that killed the main bad guy. It was Kong. So that right there is just funny irony to me for some reason. I'm sorry. Yeah.
What, you don't think Godzilla would have been able to take on Scar King? Come on.
no, but you know what Godzilla
Come
did
on.
do? He Shimo was making the atmosphere like cold, right? Wasn't she trying to make like all of Brazil?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
like
Ice Age.
like an ice age. Godzilla's new powerful breath was able to reverse that. That's what I took from that. So maybe Kong took down the baddie, but Godzilla reversst the
Godzilla saved the world yet
atmospheric.
again.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm trying to read into this. It's a Saturday morning cartoon right there.
That's
Yeah.
with the big rumor of like Space Godzilla possibly in Supernova. I wonder if that ending, like with Shimu doing the ice breath and Godzilla doing his atomic breath into the atmosphere, will play into the possible creation of Space Godzilla.
Yeah, I hope so. I like when they do that, when they carry over elements of each movie to initiate
that
what's
would
going to
kind of
happen
tie
next.
into the original creation where it was like, oh, Biollante particles and Mothra
Yeah.
particles, and they just wound up in space and created a giant hybrid monster. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But
I
let's,
am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Space Godzilla design looks like, because if
Yeah.
it looks anything like the original, that's going to be amazing. But even
I
if it
feel like-
doesn't, I still can't wait to see it.
I just hope if it is true, which I'm pretty sure it is at this point. I know they haven't officially announced it, but there's been so many.
Right.
I think it would be. I think everyone would be actually disappointed if they were like, actually, it's not Space Godzilla. You'd be like, what? But
Right.
yeah, I just hope it resembles Space Godzilla enough to where like you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, Space Godzilla. Like I don't need it to look like a 1-to-1 copy, but I just hope we're not
Yeah.
looking at a Zack Snyder Doomsday situation where they're like, he's supposed to have crystals, but we didn't give it to him. It's like, what? Like, don't do that.
Oh, okay.
I do.
Like,
Yeah, I
don't
think
do that, please.
You know they're going to alter the appearance, and it's not going to be a 1-to-1. But even if it is, it's going to be enhanced and made to look. Or even the way it moves is going to be completely different. So it's not going to look like the Toho Space Godzilla.
Well,
But I do think that they're going to do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, I feel like Space Godzilla with like the CGI and that kind of budget, you know how menacing you can make him flying around using TK powers on everybody, picking them up, throwing them around. Like it would be. I hope that's how it is. I hope it just comes into the Hollow Earth and just wrecks everyone. You're like, holy shit.
There was lots
That-
of crystals down there too, so it made it almost
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
evoked Space Godzilla.
Yeah, and then there's that
feel.
that cave painting of the flying Godzilla. Like, what if that
Right.
is actually Space Godzilla?
Actually,
and not-
Space Godzilla, right?
That's
yeah.
what
Well,
they
when
were.
I first saw that, I got more Destroyer vibes from that, but they're all kind of. It could be
Yeah.
a combination of all of them: Biolante, Space Godzilla, Destroyer, and just mush them all together and call it a new Titan altogether. I guess I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
that to see. I like the new designs when they're revealed, and the guys they had working on the last one were killing it with the designs. I loved all of them.
Yeah. So you've done stuff with X Plus. We've gone over Seismic, Titanic Creations, and then I don't know if people realize about this one either. The giant
Yeah, that was
Mezco,
my
which is
Mezco.
one of the coolest action figures you could
You did that one
possibly
too?
get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you have that? Oh shit. Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
He's got it.
There we go. Look at
You're a
that,
fan without realizing you're a fan.
dude. It's like
That's cool.
one
Yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
coolest
it looks
action
cool.
figures. Like in terms of Godzilla action figures, I'm a little disappointed.
so
It seems like
cool, yeah.
Mezco has like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like they're doing much anymore, or their stuff just takes forever
Yeah.
to come out. And I get it. It's
Right,
part of the
right. It's
industry
like
right now.
3 years after I sculpted it finally.
Yeah. Same thing with the black and white, the 1954 black and white that they just had. But
Yeah, I saw
yeah,
that
dude,
as
you
well.
killed it with this sculpt, man. Like this is.
Oh, thank you, man. It was
Yeah,
fun. It was fun.
How-
And I saw videos of people making when they finally got it. They were doing the videos, and everybody said it was a nice sculpt. And I was like, thank God, 'cause it's I
beautiful.
don't want to get called out for like doing a shitty Godzilla sculpt.
No, I don't.
You
I don't
killed
think
it.
You, I was
You
gonna say, I don't
killed
think
this,
you-
man.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Thanks.
Leslie had no idea.
I had no idea. I had no idea. Oh my god.
That's amazing.
I love it more now. I love it more.
That's a big one too. I never got that either. They never sent me one of
Are
those.
you serious?
What?
Are
It's
you
okay.
serious?
I don't
Alright.
have room for it, but I wouldn't mind
But
having
do
it. But I don't have
but
room
do
for
you
it.
want one?
Yeah, I mean, I worked on it, so I would love to have one. It's just that it's tremendous, so I don't know if I have no room for it. I'd be using
Well,
it as a table.
Because I have mine that I have never opened.
Oh
And
man,
obviously we're going to KAIJU Brooklyn together. So I mean, if you want it, I will bring it for you.
oh no, I don't know. I can't. Well, we can talk. We'll talk.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Question from the chat. Did you do the 5-point XL sculpts for Mezco as well, or was it just that one?
5 points XL. I don't know.
Those were
what
the Mezco. They came out with those smaller sculpts. Like I think 5 points is like their 5-inch or 4-inch line. They did like Destroy All Monsters and stuff like that. Did you?
Yeah.
Well, when I did this, they said that they were gonna make the 18-inch one, and then they were gonna do a smaller one. But I never saw the smaller one ever come out, so I
Yeah.
don't think I was involved with that. But I would
Okay.
have to see it to know.
So,
Yeah.
segueing into KAIJU Brooklyn, it is next week, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't got your tickets, please go over to KAIJUBrooklyn.com, grab your tickets for next weekend. Not only will all three of
Yeah.
us be there, but Dopepope is bringing an incredible lineup of kits that I know you've been working on meticulously for probably a month or two now.
Probably more than that.
Walk us through everything you got coming. I got a video lined up here.
I probably overdid it for sure.
Just take it away. Just take it away.
I have so many pieces. This is like a foot tall Gorosaurus. It's
Oh
like
my god.
it's all of these. This is the GMK.
What?
It's also about a foot tall.
How much? How tall is it?
Oh,
It's
let's go
about
buy
it's
everything.
probably around like 11 inches tall and like a foot long. This one has got a 24-inch wingspan, a 26-inch wingspan maybe. Rodan, like my version of Rodan.
Yeah.
My version of
I literally
Destroyer.
just went on your Instagram. If you guys have not followed Dopepope on Instagram, it's at Dopepope. By all means, he posts all his work on there. And I love. This is another one that Dad and I bought from you. The print, your gyrish or your
Oh, yeah.
I just Love the design. And there we go. There's Manda, baby.
There's some Manda right there. Like, no, I was so happy to be able to do Manda because there's nothing out there of Manda.
Nah, yeah, there's a
You
couple
ain't
of
lying.
I ever
kids.
thought was
Yeah.
so.
But
I wanted to
gone.
do
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh,
So a
man.
lot of these are what you're seeing now are the 3D prints. I got them. I took pictures of them like this when I got them. Now they're all in various stages of being painted. So I'm gonna have like one of every monster I've had sculpted at the show that I'm selling, and so this is all examples of what I'm working on right now.
So now, do you have a whole printer set up? Do you go through all this, or do you send
I
these out?
outsource. I
Outsource it?
outsource my printing because I do so much of it. There's no way I can do it myself and get any work done. So I do outsource the printing, and then when it gets back to me, I try to get it painted as quickly as I can.
Oh my god,
So,
the mutant
I
Shin
can't-
Godzilla. Let's go.
Yeah, this is a crazy.
Dude, with the arms coming out of his back, it's like, Leslie, you ready? You ready for KAIJU Brooklyn?
When you see them all on my table, it's gonna be mind blowing because I have so many. I can't even fit them all on the table. I'm gonna have to like sell some and keep putting new pieces out.
Ooh, I can't wait to see what this one looks like painted. It's like
Is that
translucent blue. Yeah, Shimo standing
It's like
up.
like a standing up Shimo. And
Looks
my
actually
God,
much
that's
cooler standing
great.
up. So much cooler standing up.
I was gonna say that. Oh, Gamera!
Yeah, Gabra once fully painted, that looks awesome. That's about a foot tall, also.
Oh my God! I hope Greg's in the chat.
A flying heater. A lot of my statues this time around, I've never had them before, so I have a ton of new stuff. A ton.
I think this
Virus.
this guy's prayer has been answered. He said, "I'd love for you to do a show of Atragon, Manda, and a Gabra. You ever sketch them? Well, we just showed him.
Well, yeah.
Well,
He's gonna have him at KAIJU Brooklyn.
The Atragon Manda is it's got the head spikes and stuff, but it's basically the
Oh
same.
man.
Yeah,
And the Gabra you just showed. So
the Gabra's. Oh my god, I love the hair sculpt on that, which is usually. Oh, and this is from the. Oh my god, this is from Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
The comics, the Marvel
No, it's
comics.
from the Marvel comics.
Yes,
70s
yes.
Marvel comics.
Dude,
Yeah, there's another Orga,
Orga 2.0.
and yeah, just a quick repose. I just wanted to do it, see what it looked like.
Oh
This
my
is-
god.
Yes.
Zilla.
Oh,
Oh my. Okay.
how
So-
this thing won't sell out in New York next week? I
Well,
the word
the
ain't
good-
right, ladies and gentlemen.
One of the fun things for me is since I'm a vendor, I get to be there first. So I might wipe out Dopepope's table before anyone even gets.
It's,
Dad's gonna
That
come
is
over and be
funny.
like, "I will take all of this."
yeah,
Dude, that's another
It ain't right,
one from
dude.
Marvel, right?
yeah, that was one of the mega monsters.
Barry,
Oh, Baragon.
Barugan.
you see X Plus just
AJ?
dropped the new one.
Yeah,
that
it's
what you want?
gorgeous.
Is that what you want? Leslie's lying him. Leslie, just give me your list and I'll have them.
I'm about to say, AJ, if I were you and you know Sandra, I wouldn't touch that GMK if you love your life. I'm just saying, but
Oh, this one's so cool too. The Godzilla with
Yeah,
the
the
two vines.
Violante.
the vines.
tendrils.
Oh yeah. God Almighty, that's cool.
So those are just the videos, guys. I have a ton of pictures to show. We're not done. So how take us through like the whole process. So how long does it usually take for you to finish a digital sculpt, then send it off, get it back to you, and then paint? Like, what is the full time lapse on something like this? For the people watching.
It's hard to just say for one thing. I could get something sculpted in from beginning to end in about a week, and then send it off and get it. It takes a few weeks to get it 3D printed and sent back to me, and then I don't do insane paint jobs like Greg. Greg does incredible work. I do basic indications of color, some quick dry brush just to enhance it a little bit. But there's no way I can do what he does. And I just don't have the time. I don't have the abilities or the talent. But I also don't have the time because I'm doing 50 pieces, and they're all, you know, they all have to be ready, and they all have to look consistent with each other. I can't have one stand out as the really well done.
Yeah,
I put time in, and the one next to it looks like shit. So they all have to be consistently, like, you know, they all look cohesive with each other. So if I put too much time into one, it kind of outshines the other ones. So I do have to take that into consideration, and I do just a little bit to make them look kind of good. I think there's people out there that could do way better paint jobs, and I respect them so much.
So here we go. This is everything.
These are just a handful of what I got.
You sent me a bunch of pictures, and we'll show them off right now. This is,
yeah.
If you guys have not done it already, KAIJU Brooklyn is next week. Joe, you gonna be there both days?
I will.
Yeah. So Saturday and Sunday, you have your chance at any of these.
Kumonga.
Oh, you want to see the Kumonga?
Yeah, there's a Kumonga in there. I took these pictures with my shitty iPhone with shitty lighting, so they're terrible. But if you see these in person, they look so much better than they do in these pictures. But there's a Space Gallows. I'm also doing like some designs. I'm doing in like smaller sizes too.
Oh my God, you have.
I could have a different price range. There's the Hybrid Zilla.
How much is that?
I still
you don't have to reveal prices.
I still haven't figured out pricings yet. Okay. Yeah, I haven't figured it out yet because pricing will be based on how much it costs me to get it 3D printed, how much time it's taking for me to paint it, how complicated the whole thing is, and you're basically getting the sculpture for free. So you're paying for painting and supplies.
Will you have any unpainted kits there as well, or is it
I'm trying. That would just be way too much stuff to bring. But if anybody ever wants one of those, it's very easy for me to get them.
Oh my God.
That I could ship direct to the house, you know, and like that's not a problem. But when I'm doing the hand painting stuff, it's harder to do.
Leslie, Greg lives in Pennsylvania.
No, he lives in New York. He lives in Rochester, New York. Same state.
Nice.
Well, look,
not exactly close to me, but close enough.
Hey, it's close enough where shipping's not going to be insane.
yeah, no, definitely close enough to ship. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Man, even that Megalon, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that Megalon is pretty dope. I gotta say, it's one of my best sculpts, I think.
You heard it here, folks.
That's a gigantic Shin Godzilla.
I was gonna say because these other guys are pretty big. I know that. So
yeah, the Shin is pretty huge. It's like about over a foot high.
Oh my God! This entire table, crawling Gamera. Oh, Marvel got.
Yeah. So you see it there because there's no paint on it. All I do is like prime it, but yeah, it gets lost in there. But there's,
dude,
the Marvel Godzilla always cracks me up when I see how fat he is.
Oh, there's a good shot of the. Yeah. So again, everyone,
face, man.
all available at KAIJU Brooklyn. First come, first serve.
I don't know if you could see it there in the left-hand corner. That's like a clear Space Godzilla.
Oh.
I'm gonna paint the rest of it so that it looks like what it looks like, but I'll leave where the crystals are. They'll look more shiny like that. It's kind of interesting. I like doing stuff like that with the 3D printing. Experiment with materials. Yeah, as soon as I get more paint on these things, they're gonna look a lot better.
Oh my God, that mutant Shin. Oh.
Yeah.
How tall is that?
It's about 11 inches tall, I would think. Okay. It's longer than it is tall because this tail sticks out really far.
Monster X.
Oh, Monster
X looking menacing back there. Yeah, you got the Baragon, the Gorosaurus. There's a Gigan over there. Yeah, he's not finished either, but
Ultima.
He'll look pretty cool when he's done.
Oh my God.
Anguirus. Space Godzilla back there.
Who's this guy?
Draculon from Johnny Sacco. Giant robot enemy.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
He's not finished either, but he's getting there. Like each one goes through rounds of like colors that I do. Like if I'm painting with brown, any monster that has brown in it, that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing a layer of brown and then I move to the next monster. So it's like when I'm doing the final, like the whites on the teeth, then I do like
Oh, the
15
skull
models.
crawler.
Yeah, skull crawl. I just finished that this afternoon.
Have you ever done a kit of the I know you made that artwork of like Kong with the two skull crawlers, like he's holding them like dogs.
No, I definitely wanted to 3D print that. I just haven't gotten
That
around
would be
to it. I think that would
so
be pretty
cool.
interesting.
Yeah.
That would be
that'd
pretty funny to
amazing.
do. I'll get to that eventually, I'm sure.
Kamagarus?
Yeah, I had to do it. Wanted to bang out. Look, if you see
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go back.
the leg of fake Goji is back.
Yeah.
But Kamagarus, I just wanted
Yeah.
to see if he was like one of the first kaiju I sculpted, and wanted to see if I could 3D print it. It came out pretty good.
Yeah, man, these are
Really good.
Yeah, Space Godzilla is about a foot high too. It's like really coming together. There's Kaisei Goji right there. That's from the new comic books. That's huge as well. I mean, I don't know how many fans there are of that one. Yeah, but I sculpted it really quick, and then I printed it out to see what it would look like, and I loved it. I was like, this thing looks great. So it's just another weird version of Godzilla. Like maybe it'll appeal to somebody.
dude, I gotta say, man, these classic ones right here, especially Rodan.
Yeah.
Rodan is like I might like that more than the Monsterverse design, and I love the Monsterverse design.
Well, it's a blend. It's
Yeah,
like
it's-
the Monsterverse design if he stood up and walked around like
he's in a suit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
So
yeah.
that was what I was
you're
going
right about
for.
that.
And I
Yeah, look
I
at
sculpted it
Look at that.
before he was even in the movie. So that was just my version of it, like before they came out with it.
that. Flying.
And the Gilala, I
Ghidorah.
like. Gilala is another one that is my favorite. It's just so silly looking. I love
Yeah.
it so much.
Kamibas.
Kamibas is also one of my favorite suits. It's just such a cool monster. I wish he fought more often.
All right, so I'm sure this is a tough question. Out of everything you have sculpted, everything, everything, what is the one that sparks joy? The ultimate, like the proudest sculpture you have?
It's so hard.
I can imagine, because it seems like you've done almost every kaiju in existence in multiple different ways. But yeah, what's the
just like how I couldn't answer what my favorite movie was or what my favorite kaiju is. It's like it goes through phases. So it's like whatever that I worked on the most recently is probably going to be my favorite. Like that Zilla hybrid, I'm really happy with.
Yeah, dude.
The good Daiju was pretty dope when that first came out. I was all hyped about it, and then the fact that I did anything for X Plus, I'm proud of those things. And the stuff I'm doing with Titanic Creations, like to be able to, I finally got to do a Yongari that was officially licensed. That makes me so happy to be able to do that. The Gorgo.
Me too.
And then we got the license for Gappa, so I'm working on Gappa right now.
Ooh, actually.
I was going to ask you that.
I think that's him up there, right next to Batra.
Yeah, but that was just that was my version of Gappa up there, and I'm completely redoing it. So
gotcha.
And a Cthulhu that wouldn't get approved because I modernized the leg stature and all that shit. But besides that you would have to chop that into a million pieces to articulate it. So I just had to start it over.
Yeah. So how does that? Do you also do the the DFMs for these as well? Like especially turning a sculpt into.
I don't do them. No, there's artists that do that way better than I do. I just try to work. I try to do the best I can so that they can work with me after the fact. Because it's hard to it's hard to take someone else's model and then chop it up and do that. But I don't know if I have the time or the engineering ability to do it. I'm more
get the sculpt. I was just
down.
Curious, because sometimes that's a whole other it's a whole other process.
I respect
the whole DFM for it. It is wild, but man, KAIJU Brooklyn next week, ladies and gentlemen. Dopepope, KAIJU Live, Leslie Chambers. We're all gonna be there.
Are you selling stuff?
Yeah, dude. This is our first show vending. Like we're not just.
What do you have?
I mean, we got everything at KAIJULive.shop, man. Godzilla stuff and Sofubi
and original stuff as well as like old
we are showcasing our first Sofubi. We have the prototype made of our monster, Evil Ujiak. So you know we're headed
Yeah.
in that direction, and we'll be showing off a new prototype as well. Concept art done by James Groman has brought a creature
Awesome.
for us to life.
I can't wait to see that.
I think people are gonna like it. I hope so. You know, again, you never know, but I love it. Dad loves it, and
Yeah.
you know, so we're always gonna.
And James will make it look so damn good, whatever it is. Like people will just fall in love with it.
Yeah, he's. I still can't even believe that I've been able to work with him on any project, let alone now two. You know, obviously I worked with him on the fake Mecha Godzilla Sofubi, and now he's gonna help us build the Kaiju Live universe, a couple monsters in that. So
Awesome.
yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm
Yeah, I
really
can't wait to
excited.
see what you got.
So yeah, we're gonna have pretty much everything. You know, Kaiju Live is a retail store, so to speak. So we'll have a bunch of goodies. But you know, it looks like your booth is gonna be loaded with goodies as well, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be piled high.
Yeah.
So I hope people come
Yeah.
and shop.
Half of it, you know what, it's probably sold already. You don't even know it yet.
Yeah. Leslie's been eyeing all this stuff. Like, okay, all right.
I'm glad. That makes me happy, dude. But as I was posting these
Yeah.
things, a lot of people would be inquiring and asking me sizing and prices. So there's been quite a bit of interest. I wish I could offer more than just one of each, but then I would need trucks. I would need a staff. So I can't even believe
Right.
the amount of work I've accomplished just by myself.
Get a QR code on the table that goes straight to your Instagram DM.
Yeah.
Basically, just like,
Yeah.
hey, if you want an unpainted kit, scan this QR code and boom.
Yeah.
Just text me it and I'll get it to you. But yeah, man.
But Dopepope, before we let you go, I do want to ask two more questions, if you don't
Sure.
mind. One is a question from Greg Betters. You know him, the guy who did the King Caesar that we showcased a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I think you already did answer this somewhat when we talked about your artistry and how you got involved and all that good stuff. But I'm gonna ask the full question anyway. It
Okay.
says his question is, did you first start with traditional sculpting with clay and mold making before using ZBrush and other digital techniques? And if so, was the transition difficult? I ask this because I'm highly considering finally transitioning to ZBrush and 3D printing myself. Thanks.
Hmm. So the answer to that is no. I've never sculpted in clay outside of like once or twice in college. So there you go. I never did it, so I never had to transition over. But I think if you are already really good at clay sculpting, it's completely behoove you to learn digital, because you'll find it to be time saving and way more convenient and clean. So it'll just once you get the hang of it, and that once you get over that learning curve hump, it will just the quality of life differences will be so much better for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And the
Yeah.
last question is, what is your advice for new up and coming artists who want to dive into, sculpting and things of that nature? Because I've seen several people in the chat said you inspired them, so which is awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But what is your advice to new and up and coming artists who wants to get in the game, and what's your advice to those people?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, like we were talking about it earlier. Like I put myself in a place where I can be lucky and put myself in a position to be noticed. So that's it. Like you already, if you're asking that question, you probably already love to sculpt monsters, or it's not like you're thinking about doing it. You probably are doing it already. So now just keep doing it, keep getting better at it, keep learning more about how to do it better, but then keep putting yourself out there. Like post your work. Hopefully, like you never know who's going to look at it, and you never know what's going to come of that. But also, if you can do shows, do shows, because the shows will put you in an opportunity where you never know who's walking by. You never know who's going to like take interest and ask questions and possibly give you work. And
Yeah,
you might have to do it for 10 years before it happens, or you do it once and you nail it, and then you get shit for 10 years after that.
Yeah, then
You
get
never
the
know
foot in
how
the
it's going to
door.
happen, but I mean, if you're not there to have it happen, then it's never going to happen. As for the, the motivation, just try to, like, if you get bored of doing it, try other subject matters. And just, I mean, I was in a huge artistic rut for years before I jumped into ZBrush. And it's like almost like a miracle that I love ZBrush as much as I did. And it yanked me right out of that rut. But those ruts are real and they can happen for people. And it does suck, and it's crippling when it happens. So, but you just have to try to stay motivated and stay inspired by other things. But yeah, that's all. That's it. I mean, just practice and put yourself out there.
Got another question from the chat. Asking about your work with YMSF. That how did that start, and what was the first one with that?
I'm sorry that the story is not exciting. He reached out in an Instagram DM, as most jobs do, and then I was happy to take the gigs, and that's how that was. I mean, there's really nothing to it. There's no exciting story like bumping into Michael Dougherty at Monsterverse or anything like that.
Yeah, no, that's.
But yeah, he just reached out. He's like, I like your work. Can you work on these pieces? And I did, and that's how that happened. Was there more to the question now?
No,
or is it just
was.
how did it get started?
I think it was. Which ones did you do for Fumiyaki? And was it Melt King? I'm not.
I didn't do Melt King. I did only the Toho licensed ones. I think I did a couple of Ghidorahs, like the 91.
The 91 Ghidorah.
Couple of Godzillas, GMK, Space Godzilla I did. I think I have the GMK and the Final Wars Godzilla that I did for him, but I didn't get anything else. I don't even know if he made the things I did. So, yeah. And then I did like 6 pieces with them total. And then things got hectic on my end because I had other jobs so I was working on and stuff. So I think he had to move on to a different artist after that. That's the thing. You never really work with the same place that many times. Like the artist turnovers are really quick. Yeah. Sometimes you drive with a place, and sometimes you don't. Things happen.
Yeah, well, especially if they're looking for like suit accurate, because now you're not asking for the like this, like your actual interpretation. Like they don't want any kind of like your art style. Whereas I remember when I had reached out to you a long time ago, I was specific. It was actually because of that Shin Monsterverse Godzilla, where I was like, okay, if I wanted to do some stuff, I want like this. I want to work with this guy because I just love this style that you have when you're blending the. I think your redesigns of blending like Showa and modern are just fantastic, and you nail it almost every time.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wish more people felt that way, because I would really like to not do screen accurate as much and try to incorporate more who I am and what I think. And most companies are like, no, please don't do that. So it's hard. Like I want to be the artist that I am, and most of the time they just want me to be a tool to recreate what was already there. And I get that. I totally get that. If that's what that toy is supposed to be, then I'm happy to do that work. But I do love, my dream would be able to do exactly the kind of thing that I want to do and be, and be loved for it and have people love that and want that and seek it out. And like Groman's he puts out work that is his. It's completely his work and his design. So, and people love it. And that's, as an artist, who doesn't want that? That's so, I do want to get to that point where I'm respected for what I'm doing.
Well, I would, as we're building up this Kaiju Live universe with different monsters to try to create our own monster island, so to speak, with Ejiak and whatnot, I would love to visit that, and maybe we can talk about that a little bit at KAIJU Brooklyn next week. Do you have another question from the chat? How do you handle balancing multiple jobs when different companies give you the contracts?
What's up, Reggie? Reggie's awesome. So how do I balance? I bring the question back up.
Yeah. How do you handle balancing multiple jobs when different companies give you contracts?
It's hard.
Yeah, I was
It's
gonna
hard,
say
man.
sometimes it's like,
There's
well,
only,
you don't want to
there's
turn it
only so
down,
much
right?
you can do. Yeah, there's only so much you can do. No, you can't turn it down. You kind of have to. You have to do it. It's rough. You don't sleep as much as you think you're gonna, and you don't eat when you're supposed to, and you bust ass. That's basically what it boils down to. You
Yeah.
try to be as smart as you can about it, and like you could only work as quick and as efficiently as you can. But that's what you're going to be doing. Like nothing else is important during that time, and you're going to have to get through it. You can't juggle at the same time, but you do like I'll do like a 4 hour chunk on one job, and then take a 20-minute break and just immediately begin another 4 hour chunk on another job. And which one is which deadline is pending the most, and who like you work on one and then show them something, and while you're waiting for that feedback, you're working on that other thing, and
Oh
then
wow.
by the time you get the feedback, you send off what you just finished with that one, and yeah, you do a lot of juggling and
Yeah, that's
literally juggling your time, and before you know it, like a week went by and you haven't eaten and you haven't
yeah.
slept, and it's rough. But I tell you, when you don't have that pressure, you kind of like you're looking for it. You kind of want it, so you get a little used to it.
Yeah, I can imagine
But
Hmm.
because
it's tricky though.
I'm just struggling to even picture, like, even from the artistic standpoint of like, all right, say one project is I want it suit accurate, and the other one's I want it stylized, and now you have to
Totally.
like get into different modes because like, oh wait, like has
Yeah,
that ever happened when you're like
yeah,
you
yeah. I'll
start
be
you start
working
doing
on.
stylized on an accuracy, you're like, oh shit, no, okay, undo.
Yes, yes, it totally happens. Yeah, you're right. It's like one piece will be very Sofubi-esque, where it's like very stylized and very like the less detail the better, and then right into one where you're like zooming in 500% to see every scale. It's yeah, it's a different mindset for per piece, and it can take its toll on you. But yeah,
No.
I mean that's all part of the fun of it. You get the hang of it by with experience, and then you kind of look for that. If something's not that exciting, then you feel
Yeah.
like you're not doing. You feel like you're not doing enough.
Well, do you have a favorite energy drink? Because I highly recommend Ghost. I can only
No, I don't
imagine.
take this stuff.
No, you don't. You
No,
don't.
just regular coffee. I'm doing.
Oh wow! All right.
I like
Yeah.
Fresca. It's got no caffeine or something. Fresca's good.
Nice. But all
Yeah.
right, Leslie, you got anything else? Oh, it looks like he
Again,
does.
I was going to just say thank you so much for doing this, Dopepope. We would love to have you back, obviously, for
My
another
pleasure, man.
sit down discussion about more of your artistry or just about anything in general. And again, I would like to say again, if you ever get to the point where you want to do more projects, maybe take on a staff, and maybe you need some artists to help you out with your stuff, whatever. Again, I know a guy again who stays in the same state as you. So
That's beautiful.
I'm all for I love when fans get back to the fans, and I love when I see that. And you're obviously a fan through and through, obviously you get paid for what you do, but again, you start out loving the movies, loving the monsters, loving the characters, and it built to
Yeah,
this career that you have. And I love you again seeing fans getting back to the fans. So whatever I can do to put your work out there more and all that good stuff, I'm willing to do because I think, like what
that's
AJ said,
that's
like we have
great.
been saying for the past like hour, you're one of the best artists we have ever seen. You're a national treasure. We love your work. We love you.
Thank you,
And we
thank you.
can't thank you enough for everything that you've done, what you're doing, and what you will do.
I have a lot of things coming out, so I'll definitely want to come back and talk about a
Oh
bunch of
yeah,
stuff.
anytime you
Yeah,
want to. Yeah, the next project for sure, man. We love doing these
Hmm.
masterclass episodes and sitting down with the artists and
yeah, for
talking
sure.
about their stuff. It's that's how I got into wanting to to make my own toys, was just be seeing some of the talented, because I can't draw and I can't paint. Like that's my dad,
Right.
right? My dad does that.
Oh, cool. Cool.
So like when I see these things, I'm just always so in awe of like, man. Uh, so the fact that I've been able to, sit down and talk. Oh my God, we just got a super chat. Thank you so much,
Oh wow.
Gojira. Thank you so much. Um,
Yeah, very cool.
you know, so the fact that I've been able to work with so many talented artists over the years that I've been doing Kaiju Live and just having people on the show to talk, like, thank you so much for taking the time, man. You know,
Anytime. It's my
a
pleasure.
lot of people love this. I love this, and I cannot wait to meet you in person again next week. And probably definitely I'm really eyeing that that Zilla, that Monsterverse Zilla. So yeah,
I'll have that.
I can't wait.
One piece I forgot to show. I don't think anybody's gonna care about this. Is Maguma. I got a Maguma.
Yes.
Oh, from Gorath.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no toy of this thing, so I'm like, if there's the one Maguma fan out there,
Yeah.
come to my table. This will be here for you. It's so cute. I mean, the video is not doing it justice, but
yeah, man, that's such a. When was that movie from? What year was that?
Gorath.
1962's Gorath.
62. Wow.
And he's not even in the American version, and he's only in the movie for like 3 minutes. But in America, they cut him out completely. So there's like maybe 1 or 2 fans of Maguma out there. So.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Are you going? Greg says, "See you at G Fest." You're going to G Fest?
I'll be at G Fest. Yes. So like a lot of what we just showed you, I'll also have a G Fest. So
awesome. So yeah, if you guys can't make KAIJU Brooklyn, then
we're gonna be talking.
Awesome. Where you from?
We're gonna make that happen.
Where do you live, Leslie?
I live in North Carolina, but I'll also be at G Fest. And you know, I'm a huge, supporter of Greg and his efforts and stuff like that. And getting y'all together, like that
Greg
needs to happen. I will buy y'all pizza. I will buy you beer. I will take you to a Chicago strip club if I have to. But we will get together and we will talk. Yes, we will.
Sounds good. Greg is going to paint some pieces of mine if I have something to do with it.
And then they have the big modeling show there too. The big model show. So maybe you can get one of your pieces entered into there. Yeah.
Oh, by all means. If he will have anything from me, I'll be contributed and make him like just work his magic on that. It would be insane. Awesome. Like, he's going to make my stuff look so good that I won't be able to sell it unless he paints it. That would be a great problem to have, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, that sounds like a great problem to have, man. But
this is awesome.
Yeah, I think that about wraps it up. So again, if you haven't already, definitely check out Dopepope on his socials. I believe you're on Instagram and Twitter, or X, whatever they call it these days. And then obviously next week, if you have not already, KAIJUBrooklyn.com, KAIJU Live, Dopepope will all be there. And can't wait to see everybody. Definitely come up, say hi, tell them, hey, we watched, we enjoyed your masterclass on KAIJU Live. What's going on? And yeah, can't wait. So as always, like and subscribe and be on the lookout for more content from KAIJU Live. Have a great night, everybody. Joe, thank you so much again.
You got it. Good night.
Peace.